Why are so many people moving to Northport, Florida?
In 2023 and now in 2024, we're going to tell you why.
One of the reasons why so many people are moving to Northport and continue to move to Northport is that Northport has a very natural feel. There is a lot of trees, like huge trees, some palm trees as well, but I would say it's more oak trees,
Pines.
And that just makes the whole city feel like you're on the countryside, even though it is a big area. Northport is very big, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like you're living in the country.
Yeah, it has a unique mix, I'd say, of like, it doesn't feel like anywhere else I've ever really been, I guess, but it feels sort of rural, but sort of suburban at the same time.
Yes, and the lots in Northport too are bigger, so you don't feel like you're on top of each other like with other cities that are maybe a little more developed. Northport, there is a lot of land in Northport that hasn't been developed yet, so you could get lucky and purchase a home and then purchase a lot next on both sides and back, so you could have like a huge plot of land.
Yeah, you could basically build your own little park for yourself, your own personal park.
Another thing that adds to the natural beauty of Northport is having the warm mineral springs and also the Mayaka River, as well as...
And she didn't say this because she didn't want to butcher it, so I'm going to butcher it. It also has the Mayakahachi Creek. If you've ever been to that creek, leave a comment, let me know if I got it right. Okay, one more time, the Mayakahachi Creek Environmental Park.
And all of these parks and the warm mineral springs gives a lot of outdoor activities for people that are into, enjoying the outdoors and being active.
The next reason, and this is a really big one, I think, for a lot of people, it's a reason a lot of people decide Northport over some of the areas that are probably close by that they maybe wanted to originally live, and it's the affordable living. So it gives you the option to get, like she said before, a little bit more land, a little bit more house for your money, a little bit newer house for your money, and then and a bigger house, and then you're also close to a lot of maybe other cities you would want to go do things in. You're not too far from Sarasota, about a 45-minute drive, about a 15 to 25-minute drive to Venice. Pretty similar to get to Inglewood. Welland Park's new downtown's probably even closer. You've got Fort Myers about an hour-ish south.
Punta Gorda too,
yeah.
And Port Charlotte as well, with a lot more shopping in Port Charlotte.
And Tampa and Clearwater and St. Pete and all those areas, you're looking at about an hour north. So yeah, it's really great to have access to all that. And then, also like Lakewood Ranch and the UTC shopping area and the mall there and stuff, you're probably about 45 minutes away from that.
Northport gives you a lot of different options too when it comes to housing. They have apartments, condos, single family homes, villas, mobile homes. The median sale price for single family homes in Northport is $380,000, so that's below the state average, which is another reason why people choose Northport to live, because it's more affordable, but yet you're close to all these locations and have access to all those locations as well.
And I think it's really important to note too, like, it can better maybe give you the lifestyle that you want. Like, let's say you wanted to live in Sarasota or Venice, but your budget's like the median price, like $380,000. And you might not get the house and the land and all that you want in Sarasota or Venice, just because it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So then you might have to think about a villa or a townhome or a condo. And maybe you just really don't want that. That's where Northport comes into place, because you're still pretty close to all those cities, but you get a little bit more house for your money, you get a little bit lower price, and you can kind of get the best of both worlds.
And you can get a really nice house for $380,000 too, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe 1,600 square feet or so for even a brand new construction home. So it's all about giving and taking. Like, what are you willing to give to gain something else? And
one other thing to mention is Northport, like she said, has like condos and villas and townhomes, but really compared to a lot of the other nearby cities, it sits a lot heavier as far as the amount of inventory being single family homes. So single family homes, the way you want to go. Northport has plenty of options for that, and a fair amount of mobile homes too, I'd say.
Another reason why people are moving to Northport, especially families, is that Northport is very family oriented and it offers very friendly environment. Northport is in Sarasota County, which Sarasota County has the #2 rated school system in the state. So a lot of young families decide to move to Northport because of the school system. There is also that sense of community with a lot of different family-friendly activities throughout the year in Northport. And they also have a water park, which is great for families in the area to do. They have a really big slide and a lazy river, which is a pretty cool thing to do for the day if you don't want to go drive down to the beach. Having a water park nearby is great.
Yeah, and on that note as well, as far as being family friendly, you are close enough to be able to do some of those other activities like go to the beach or go to some of the nearby cities like we mentioned before. You know, the Moat Aquarium up in Sarasota is great, and you know, Busch Gardens in Tampa, you're probably about 2 to 2.5 hours from like Disney and things like that. But then on top of that, coming back to like the, you know, being near cities and things like that, it's great for families too, because again, with that affordability, what you'll get is a lot of families that move to the Northport area. So there's a lot of families living there. So you're around, you know, people in a similar situation, and gives it other kids to play with and things like that. And then a lot of people will just commute to other cities that are nearby to go do their work, get their affordable home, live in a city with lots of, you know, people that are in a similar situation, and kind of works out for everyone.
Another reason why people find Northport enticing to move to is all the unique attractions within Northport. There's the Northport Art Center, which features local artists, which I think that's pretty cool. And they also have different cultural events, which for families and little kids, I think that's like very, very cool, a different way of learning. And there's also different events and festivals throughout the year to bring the community together.
You also have the newest addition to Northport, which kind of sits on the edge of Northport, and it's Welland Park's new downtown, which is super cool, super exciting. Gives a lot more, you know, things to do as far as different shops, restaurants, walking trails around a really, really big lake. There's a cool playground there for the kids.
A fishing pier.
Yeah, and just a lot to do there that's exciting as far as the restaurants themselves too. Like Oakenstone is a really cool place. You can buy beer by the ounce there, so that's really fun. Really enjoyed that. We went there once, and I'm sure we'll be going many, many, many times again.
The container restaurants too are pretty cool to just go and grab a quick bite to eat. The hot dogs is pretty cool. They actually have beer cheese there, which we love beer cheese, so you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and the hot dogs are served on like it's like a big pretzel bun, which is puts it over the top.
And Welland Park has a lot of different activities throughout the week. There is a lot of live music during different days of the week. On Friday, they have music on the lawn.
They have Welland Wednesdays. I think there's music for that too.
Tailgate Tuesdays.
Like every time we're in Welland Park, there's like some different event going on. We're like, oh, that's new. We didn't know that was happening.
Coffee and cars now they're doing too, which is coffee. Foxtail Coffee is there. And they have classic cars parked downtown, which is also pretty cool if you're into that.
Yeah, and the farmer's market that they have now too, which is Saturday morning. So yeah.
Sunday morning.
Is it Sunday?
Yeah, Venice is Saturday.
You're right, Venice is Saturday and Sunday is Welland Park. And then Northport themselves too, like they have their own little farmer's market area and things like that near the city hall too, and events going on there, arts and crafts fairs and things like that throughout the year too.
And then also the Venice downtown farmer's market on Sunday. But the downtown, it's very walkable, so you could just go there and spend the day just walking around to the different shops, maybe going to one of the restaurants, or even just going to Heritage Park or walking all the way down to the beach. It's a nice activity.
And Venice as well has, all kinds of events all the time, arts and crafts fairs, the farmer's market again, laughter yoga, yoga on the lawn, trick-or-treating during, Halloween.
Live music.
The Christmas parade, the Christmas boat parade, which I guess wouldn't be in the downtown, but
there's a Thanksgiving parade too.
Oh, I didn't even know about that one. So yeah.
You should probably check it out this year, actually.
Yeah. Another reason that a lot of people are moving to Northport is because of the waterfront living opportunities.
Yes, Northport has a lot of different canals, and also the Mayaka River, which actually takes you to the Gulf. And it is more affordable too, being on the water on a canal that takes you to the Gulf compared to, being waterfront in, say, Venice. You're going to pay a lot more for being in Venice and being so close to the Gulf. And even though you don't have a beach in Northport because you're a little more inland, which some people like that because you feel safer from hurricanes, the many beaches to pick from. We have all the different Venice beaches, Englewood, the main Englewood Beach, Minnesota Key Beach,
Blind Pass Beach.
Blind Pass.
And then as far as Venice goes, you've got the Dog Beach, you've got Casperson, which is great for finding sharks' teeth and seashells. Well, really all the beaches in the area, especially even Englewood's for that matter. The main Venice Beach, and then the one by Sharky's, and then the jetty.
And Nokomis.
Yeah, Nokomis Beach is really underrated.
Yeah, it's a really nice beach. And if you want to drive a little farther than Sarasota, Siesta Key, it's a really nice beach.
It is. And just as a whole, I think, having access to the water for multiple activities, boating, fishing, kayaking, like all the different things you can do on the water, just to have the options for that kind of activity is cool and gives you a little more variety. And if you're an outdoors type person or an on the water or in the water type person, they got you covered.
Another thing attracting people to Northport is the growing economy. While we don't have like big tech companies moving to the area. We do have a lot of new developments going on, so a lot of different commercial development as well as residential. Welland Park is a big master planned community, so there's a lot of new construction going there, offering a lot of different construction jobs, roofing jobs, remodeling, plumbing, electrical. So anything to do with homes, really. There's a lot of jobs offering cleaning jobs as well. But also the service industry is growing and booming with a lot of different restaurants, a lot of different stores coming to the area. We have a Costco that's coming to Northport, as well as healthcare. Sarasota Memorial is also coming to Northport.
Yeah, definitely the service, construction, healthcare, and education sectors have a lot of opportunities. And just as a whole, I think there's going to be more like even like office type stuff probably coming down the road, just because when you have that many people in a city, it just makes sense for businesses to be there. And who doesn't want to live a little bit closer to where they have to work and have to make less of a commute? Another reason a lot of people are moving to Northport is because it's really, really great spot for health and wellness. First of all, just being in Florida helps. You could be outdoors more of the year, being active, sunshine, vitamin D, better for your mood, you know, get a little sweat going, which is healthy as well. So for all of those aspects, it's great. But then also more specifically, Welland Park is really kind of baking this into everything that they're building, doing, promoting, all the events that they're having. Like, they want people to live well. That's why it's called Welland Park.
Yes, and also Northport has a lot of different trails that you can walk on or bike on. And the Mayaca River, again, you kayak. So there's a lot of different activities that can keep you active throughout the year. Yeah, and then Welland Park itself, having all the trails going around the downtown, a lot of the communities, a lot of those trails too, they're having connect to the downtown. So you can be downtown itself also being walkable.
Right, so they're making it super walkable or bikeable or joggable or runnable, whatever it is that you want to do. You can skip even. Yeah. And you can get yourself outside, get active, get your fresh air. And yeah, there's also, you know, trying to incorporate into Welland Park some, you know, healthier dining options as well too. So that's kind of a good thing to know.
And Welland Park also has a rental shop where you can rent a bike or a scooter, a kayak.
I think there's more that we're not getting, but yeah, there's a lot of options there for sure.
Yeah, so if you don't want to walk around the lake, you can kayak in the lake, or
you could take a shortcut and go straight across.
Yeah, or swim. I wouldn't go swimming.
Could though, probably.
There could be a gator in there. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Northport, Bennett, Sarasota areas, make sure to call, text, or email our team, 941-221-1897.
Call or text anytime, whether you're looking to move in the next few days or the next few months. We'll always have your back. We hear from people all the time, and we love it. We want you to be one of those people.
If you want to learn more about Northport, check out this playlist right here.
And be sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications to catch the newest videos about the Northport area, and live breezy.